Okay, this is a very difficult video to shoot simply because it's very difficult to keep this phone active with a Safesleeve case on it. A Safesleeve is a so-called competitor, but I really don't call people competitors unless they're actually making a product that has a little bit of soul to it, actually works, actually protects people. In this case, I can't even really get the phone to stay operated. As soon as you close the case, it shuts the phone off 9 times out of 10 on me. But anyway, here we go. We've initiated a call. You're going to see that this is spiking, okay? And you can see that meter is pretty much at full throttle there, completely. And then we're going to put this thing down there. And look, there's no difference. There's no difference from one side of the shielding to the other. It doesn't matter. You can close the little flip thing if you want to, but it just doesn't make any difference. And and the higher you go up, I mean, there's just no. I mean, look at that. That's pretty much what the radiation should be, even unshielded. As you can see, it drops below that level periodically. But this thing is putting out a lot more radiation because we're blocking the antennas, which we're going to get down to. We're going to get to the bottom of that in just a moment. So we're going to take this out of the Safesleeve. And again, what connects this to here is a metal plate, and this metal plate blocks the antennas of the iPhone, or any phone for that matter. And is what you're going to get is the phone trying to compensate for signal strength that's being lost to the tower because of the obstruction, the metal that's in the back of this, okay? So is what you're essentially doing is increasing the radiation before they attempt to decrease the radiation. But their technology to decrease radiation is subpar at best, so to increase the radiation first is absolutely crazy. So here's that particular case right there. Now let's test our least expensive case real quick, which is the RF Safe F series. It uses conventional shielding. There's a mixture of nickel, copper, and silver that's used. And right off the bat, let's go ahead and as you can see, it doesn't even move off of 0 really. Now let's open it up. As you can see, it didn't cut our phone off, which is a plus, like the Safesleeve, because you can see it's pegging there. Okay, and when we close the case, I mean, come on, and let's just, we can even move it. We can move it up the case as well. It's just great. It's a great technology. Let's compare that to it being open, and you tell me. Okay, now that's our cheapest case that we have. They sell for about $39.99. Sometimes you can catch them on sale a little bit cheaper than that. This is the graphene version, one of the newest nanomaterials to be used in RF radiation shielding. Here you can see the meter is pretty much pegged, just about, actually it was still lower than the Safesleeve, but that's because they're blocking the antenna. One of the biggest design considerations into making a radiation shielded case is not to increase power output at any time, but by any of the elements of construction. When we close this case, well, look at that. You didn't see that with the, and so that's with it. See, and you can see the radiation norm is nowhere near as high as what it is when you install this that blocks the antennas. So there we go. There's the graphene series case. Okay, all right. You can see it just works phenomenal. You don't see that meter jumping around at all. And we also tested our cheapest case. So we know that the two cases that RF Safe sells, let's just compare them side by side with the Safesleeve. You'll notice that the Safesleeve is considerably thicker. This thing is thick. So you have the much thicker design, and it doesn't even work. And then you can compare this to our Folio, which is even a thinner design, in comparison. So it's a big, bulky case. It hangs up on your phone all the time. I don't know how anybody could manage that, but I would have to agree that if your phone can't stay connected to the network, that is pretty safe if it's hanging up on you. And again, let's put it back into the Safesleeve. All right. And we're probably going to have to call our phone again here. Let's get it called up again. Okay, here's our without any shielding Safesleeve. Let's go ahead and close it. And there you go, that's the shielding. I mean, you consider that shielding? Doesn't look much difference than when there's nothing on it at all. Man, it's pegging. It's pegging. I mean, seriously. And it looks like it's higher with the shielding in place. But one of the worst things is the fact that they've increased the output power so extreme by putting a big giant plate of metal in the back of it, which is just absurd, because you won't get numbers that high with just the bare foam. Alrighty, so, but as you can see, there's nothing about this case that says anything that this thing is actually working. It's just all over the place, you know, and I don't know if it has to do with being properly centered in there. And there you go, look at that, it hung up on me again. This case is horrible. I don't know how anybody could even work with one of these. But bottom line is, we're going to get to the bottom of that. We're going to cut into one. So here you see quite clearly the RF safe cases, which do not impede the antenna, are certainly a much better shielding solution than the Safesleeve. And here, let's just take another look at it real quick. Let's just make our phone call again. All right, and these are very lightweight, very thin. You can see the shielding inside of the case. That covers the entire front flip cover. It's kind of a foamy feeling, so you can feel it all throughout the entire front of the phone. And when we put this case in here, one of the coolest things is when you shut it, it doesn't hang up on the phone like it does in the Safesleeve case. And of course, there we go. That's radiation protection, people. Okay, that is radiation protection. This, okay, the phone, look, pegging it. Okay, you saw it. It was practically down to zero. Okay, now, and you saw it in the Safesleeve. It made almost no difference at all. So why is the Safesleeve case not working? Well, let's get into the anatomy of a cell phone case. Okay, here, graphene. Look at that, dead zero. Doesn't even want to move. Okay, and look at that. My phone call is still working. Look at that, pegging it. Okay, graphene, amazing material. Look at that. Now, let's go back to our Safesleeve here for a second. And back in there again. All right. Okay. All right. Look at that. And the metal in this thing is just causing this thing to put out a lot more RF right off the get-go. Now, once we go ahead and place it in there, and we go ahead and close the flip cover, because they claim that there's shielding in here that's tested by the FCC, but never tested in a cell phone case. This is something consumers need to be very, very aware of. They did not test at an FCC lab their cases. They had tested some shielding material, okay? And then they have tons of bad design considerations. This little metal loop right there, horrible. That just creates unknown field distortions, okay, until they're tested. But they don't test their cases. Now, hopefully it stays. Look at that. That's with the case closed. Are you seeing this? Who would want this? Okay, now I'm doing this over and over, so you can see that there's nothing, nothing changing. And with the phone in it, it's just cranking out RF because of that metal plate in the back. Let's go ahead and do something kind of fun here. I think we've pretty much demonstrated that this case, not only does it hang up on your phone call a whole lot from Safesleeve, but it does not work. And judged from the FTC's comments, this Safesleeve case detachable version is a scam. Why do I say that? Because the FCC basically calls a scam shields that may interfere with the phone signal and cause it to draw more power to communicate with the base station and possibly emit more radiation. That is what this does. And that is under the topic of cell phone radiation safety scams. This is what the Safesleeve does. They're scamming you, okay? They're giving you bells and whistles, a good exterior, great marketing. They sell on Amazon. They sell on with Google Ads. We won't even sell our products on Amazon because I don't want good products mixed in with complete crap. And this is what you got here with Safesleeve, complete crap. And I'm pretty sure it's hung up on me already. This thing will hang up on you no matter what you do. A ridiculous case. But now let's get to the bottom on why this case is increasing the radiation so much and why it can't block the radiation. Let's go ahead and let's take one apart. Here we've got a Safesleeve detachable. I'm just going to go ahead and let's see if we can cut through this. Okay, let's see, maybe, maybe not. Can we get under it? Okay, it's pretty well glued in there, but our goal is to get to the bottom of why this thing doesn't work. So we're gonna rip this thing open. This is the anatomy of a cell phone radiation scam. Okay, let's get it on out of there. Let's see here. Let's try to get this side up. Let's see what's in here. Let's find out why this thing increases so much radiation. All right, here we go. Starting to make some progress. Starting to make progress here. Holy moly, look at the size of that thing. Okay, so not only do you have multiple magnets surrounding the exterior of it, but you've got a huge plate of metal. I mean, are you seeing this on the back of the phone case, okay? This huge piece of metal is gonna interfere with the antennas. This is what the FTC calls a scam, okay? Look, FTC, cases that basically impede the signal to the tower are scams. This, my friends, this is a scam. Do you see the size of metal that's on the back of your phone? This is gonna block the antennas. This is gonna cause a problem with signal in the normal operation of the phone, causing it to increase the output power, possibly by as much as 10,000 times. There was a recently done by the California Health Department. They showed that the difference between 2 bars and full bars in the real world usage scenarios was approximately 10,000 times more radiation. You can look that up. That was from October with the California Health Department. But with a piece of metal this size on the back of your iPhone, or any phone for that matter, is going to definitely cause a situation where your phone is going to put out more output power. You can see it right here, people, right here. This is ridiculous to have a plate of metal. Geez, look how thick it is too. You see the size of this piece of metal here? Here's some little magnets that are sticking to it, but this is in the center of your phone, okay? Blocking the signal that needs to go to the tower. Safesleeve, you've really messed up here. Granted, your marketing has been great. You guys are great marketers, but I'm gonna tell you something. You know, I've been making cases with a mission, okay, to reduce EMF exposure for 20 years now, and I would never consider making a product that would put people in more harm. And as what you're doing here is you're increasing the radiation of the phone before you even attempt to shield it, and your shielding is subpar at best. This particular case didn't show any sort of change. So here, let's just look at it again. All right, Safesleeve case. There's a metal plate, big round metal plate in there. We've learned that together, and why this is doing what it's doing. We can see that with that metal plate in there, it just causes it to peg constantly. That it does not do that when it's just even a regular phone. So look at this, it's still pegging. Okay, this is with it closed, with the shielding there. All right, and just so that you have a chance to see what happens when something really works, let's just pop it into our graphene case. So it's a super easy one to go into there. All right, look, okay, again, phone's on, but look, it's nowhere near as high, okay? Nowhere near. See how it's dipping way below that? That's because we aren't blocking the antennas, okay? Very important design consideration, very important. And you can see it dips way below max, just not blocking the antennas. Now, let's go ahead and close our case, and look at that. Okay, that's what you want. Not a case that just pegs it. Here, we're gonna go ahead and stick it into our cheapest model again. Let's try, okay, it's still working. All right, so it's basically at full power right there. And let me get these metal things away from it. There you go. All right. See the big difference? close it, drops it right on down. The Safesleeve case, not so. But now you know why, okay? When you're buying a Safesleeve detachable phone, you are buying what the FTC calls a scam, okay? That is within just the case, which is blocking the antennas. And when we go ahead and look at this, okay? All right, that's the Safesleeve. And there you go. I mean, it still pegs all the way up to the top here. You know, I mean, it goes down periodically, but it's a hit and miss. You know, and that might be due to the fact that it has to be maybe some sort of perfect align. Oh, no, this thing hung up on me again. Whenever you use this case, it hangs up on you. I don't know how anybody could even use it. So look, let's redial it again, because obviously, yeah, it hung up on me again. So you close this thing and it hangs up on you. Which, granted, that's great RF protection there. If every time you tried to use your phone, it just hung up on you, you would stay very safe. But I don't think that's what everybody wants to do. Here we go. We're in a call. All right. There we go. All right. And hopefully it'll stay connected. And it looks like it hung up on me already. All I did is close the case. This is so frustrating. But if you can get the case to work, and not turn your phone off, we'll try it again. Let's be really gentle with closing it. Okay, there we go. Very gentle. Look, it's still working now. Okay. And as you can see, where's the protection? Look, I got this thing squared up on here. It's perfectly squared up with the shielding. And look at it. It's closed. You call that radiation protection? Anybody out there pushing Safesleeve cases on their YouTube videos with links underneath to buy them, they should be held just as criminal at account as the people making this case, because you can see that this case does not work. Okay, it just does not work, and it always hangs up your phone. Let's see, again. Oh, I bet you it hung up on me again. Yep. Let's see, but that isn't protection. What is that protecting? I just don't know how many times I should go through it, but you can see the difference between night and day between these two technologies. RF Safe is superior in every way, shape, or form. That's with the case closed. Case open, case closed. Okay? This is an open and closed case because by the FCC's own words here, the metal that Safesleeve is put into this case is spoken about on both the FTC and the FCC and FTC's website. That products that interfere with the phone's normal working, okay, is going to cause a problem as far as radiation exposure goes, and you aren't going to get protected if you're defeating the purpose of shielding by increasing the phone's output power first. And that may be one big reason that their product works so poorly. It's very clear that this particular technology is not something that you want to protect you, your family, and loved ones with, because it is blatantly falling into the category of cell phone radiation scams. And both RF Safe cases are transparent to microwaves in the rear. They're a lot more thinner. They're not going to fill up your pocket as much. But more importantly, they block radiation. And we'll cover some more on this. This was just a quick video to kind of show you how these Safesleeve cases actually perform. I have a number of other meters here that I plan on doing more videos for you. I'll definitely try to do one every week at least. But when it comes down to it, you can see that either our least expensive case or our most expensive case outperforms the Safesleeve case, just bar none, man. RF Safe makes the best anti-radiation shielded cases in the world, no matter who you talk to. If you're talking about some YouTube video that has a bunch of affiliate links selling these things on Amazon at the bottom, beware, okay? Make sure that they are testing with the front of the meter facing them, especially with this model. I chose this model to do this first video because this is the only meter that Safesleeve uses. And I'm not sure how they get the reading that they get. I noticed that they have a modified version with something sticking out of it, which isn't from the factory, from Alpha Lab. But thanks. But the you need to definitely check that out, because this thing doesn't work, plain and simple. Well, thanks for watching. I hope this enlightens you guys a little bit about the anatomy of a cell phone case and which ones work and which ones don't. Thank you.